If you've applied for a skilled worker visa or a health and care visa and your application was refused based on not meeting the salary requirements, then you need to watch this video till the end. I'm going to share with you the websites you should explore to defend yourself. I know why I'm saying this. A couple of people have reached out to me and their application was close to being refused. In fact, they told them, meet your employer and tell them to increase the salary. Without doing that, we will not approve your visa. Now they have to equip themselves with the right information to be able to defend themselves, to say, I qualify as a new entrant, and so this amount meets the expectation. Another thing is that sometimes we don't know the particular document that these caseworkers use to explore this option, and that is the reason why your visa might be refused, and sometimes your employer is not willing to increase the amount they want to give you as salary. I know that so many people came into the UK as students and they want to switch to a skilled worker visa, or maybe you came into the UK from your study visa, you switched to a graduate visa, and now you want to switch to a skilled worker visa, but you don't know the new entrant reduces the ongoing rate that you should have on your COS. So if someone did not study in the UK at all, there is no discount for them. The particular ongoing rate is what applies to them. But if you actually studied in the UK and you have graduated and you have been in the UK, let's just say in at least less than 2 years since graduation, you might qualify as a new entrant. You can get tradable points when it comes to meeting the salary requirements. I'm also going to show you what the ongoing rate for your occupation is, where you can get this information from, so that you don't get confused. There's so many links on the government website, and I feel many of us get confused from time to time. What is expected to be on your COS if you're a data analyst, if you are a care worker, if you're a teacher, if you are from any profession that is on the skilled worker visa, SOC 2020. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition abroad to be as smooth as possible. I share information about settling, working, or studying in the UK. If you're interested in any of these, then subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell so that each time I drop a new video, you'll be amongst the top people to see that video. Thank you so much, my returning subscribers. You guys are amazing. I love you all. You guys are really, really amazing. And if you need support, getting a visa sponsorship job, you need help crafting a compelling, supporting information, an outstanding CV or cover letter, then reach out to me. I'll give you the support you need. And without wasting time, let's get into this video. According to the government website, it says that a new entrant means a new entrant to the labor market. In other words, someone who is near the start of their career, who meets certain criteria, and it does not mean any applicant who is making their first skilled worker application or entering the UK for the first time. So if you are outside the UK and you want to come into the UK, or maybe you are in the UK as a dependent, you want to submit an application to switch to a skilled worker visa, then it does not mean you are a new entrant. There are some qualities here that they have listed that make someone a new entrant. They said you can consider an applicant to be a new entrant if they meet any of the options in the table below. Applicant is under 26 on the date of application. The second one is that the applicant is sponsored for a postdoctoral position in one of the following occupations, and there is a list of scientists, options that you can explore. If you fall under this, then you might be a new entrant and you are eligible for that reduction, a discount on the ongoing rates that should be on your COS. Another thing is applicant is working towards a recognized UK professional qualification in a UK regulated profession. You can click on that link to find out what professions are regulated in the UK. The fourth point is that the applicant is working towards full registration or chartered status with the relevant professional body for the job they are sponsored for. And there is a list of chartered bodies from the Privy Council. You can go and explore that. But the place that actually resonates with most of us, especially my viewers on this channel, is applicants' most recent permission other than a visitor was under Tier 4, which is student visa. The permission must either be current or have expired less than 2 years before the date of application. So if you complete your studies, it has to be at least less than 2 years. You do not qualify to be a new entrant if it is more than 2 years since you graduated. Another thing is, if you decide to pursue a master's and you go to the graduate visa route for 2 years, if you decide to get another master's, you do not qualify for a second graduate visa route 2 years again. No, because you have used one, you do not qualify to switch to another graduate visa route after a second master's. It's so important for me to share this. They've listed the type of degree you should have if you want to be eligible for this new entrant. A UK bachelor's degree, a UK master's degree, a UK PhD or doctoral qualification, a postgraduate certificate in education, a professional graduate diploma of education. Some of my teachers are on this channel. You know, I care about you guys. I've been helping a lot of people transition into teaching in the UK. You should know that you qualify as a new entrant. If you complete your PGCE and you decide to switch to a graduate visa route, you can always take your time to get that job that has sponsorship with QTS, and then you can now switch to a skilled worker visa. Applicants' most recent permission other than as a visitor was under the graduate route, and the permission must either be current or have expired less than 2 years before the date of application. Note that if you are on a graduate visa route, you can still apply as long as that graduate visa route has not expired and it is less than 2 years since your graduation. If you are my client, you know that I don't joke about using this particular document. I always show these documents during my one-on-one sessions. Is the Statement of Changes in Immigration Rules 2024. That's March 14th. One thing about this document is that it listed the changes that happened after 9th of April 2024, and those changes in the salaries still apply till date. The option for new entrant is option E. Applicant is a new entrant at the start of their career and their salary equals or exceeds both 30,960 per year, 70% of the going rate of the SOC 2020 occupation code. The two documents you can use to check this is the Statement of Changes in Immigration Rules or these immigration rules. Let's just go to Statements of Changes in Immigration Rules. You can see Table 1. Those are the eligible SOC 2020 that you should follow. We are going to check option E because we are after the rules for new entrants. Now, as you scroll down here, you can see option A. Option A is for those people who are outside the UK or you are dependent mode switching to a skilled worker visa. B is for those people that have a PhD, and C is for those people who have a PhD in a STEM area. D is also for those people on the immigration salary list. Now, E is the option you should be choosing if you're a student or on a graduate route and you want to switch into this. Let's search business analyst to see what the option E is. You can see that this one is 2133, business analyst computing. If you're outside the UK or a dependent trying to switch to a skilled worker visa, then you should have 51,700 and above on your COS. However, if you're a new entrant, then the amount you should have on your COS should be nothing less than £36,190. Now, you can just go to other sessions. Still under the business analyst, you can see this one called, let's just go up a little. You see it is 2431. You can see that it's business consultancy, business continuity manager, digital business analyst, and it is 33,600 if you're a new entrant and 48,000 if you're coming in from the UK as an outside the UK and maybe you are a dependent trying to switch to a skilled worker visa. For data analyst, if you search it, you see that it is 33,200 for those people who are outside the UK or maybe who want to switch to the skilled worker visa and did not study in the UK. And for those people who are new entrants into the labor market, it is £30,960. Now, you can search for teachers too, and it will show you the different types of teaching opportunities available with their codes, and you can easily determine the one for those people who are outside the UK and for those people who are in the UK. Always check for the E option. Do not go to table 2. Table 2 is for those people who want to pursue a global business mobility or scale up visa. Please take note of this. Once you identify the amount you are after, just come to this government website. It has been updated on 9th of April 2025. It is the particular document that the caseworker who will analyze your visa will go through. Everything is very transparent when it comes to UK immigration. So you come to this particular one, you can see the place that it says table 1 eligible SOC is the same thing you should see there. Sometimes it might change over the years, so that's why you have to cross check it on this particular document. I struggle to use this particular site because the place for option E, like now if we click on, let it pop down, the E is often hidden. That's option E. It's always going to be difficult for me to navigate and see the occupation code at the same time. For example, if I decide to search for, let's search for business analyst, as we did in the previous statement of changes in immigration rules, you can see that the option E is not visible. So in order to access that particular option E, I have to scroll down to the bottom of this table and then move it to the right. Yeah, you can see as I'm scrolling down, it's a bit difficult for me. And then I will now have to move this thing to the right so that I can see option E. And once option E is visible, I have to now scroll back up. So I struggle with this particular site. I wish the government can do something about this so that it's very easy for us to access the details on this particular page. But that is the problem I have with using this page. But like I said, it's always important for you to cross-check whatever you have on the statement of changes in immigration rules on this particular page. Make sure it's the exact same thing, and then you know that you are good to go. Remember that business analyst computing is different from business analyst digital or any other managerial role in business analyst. The key thing you should understand is that you need to check the code of the job you are after. Make sure the code aligns with the responsibilities that you are going to execute in that particular company you want to go to. The code would determine what the minimum salary threshold for that particular job will be, and it will determine whether they will approve your visa or not. To check the code, just go to skilled worker visa eligible occupations and codes on Google. You come down here, click on the Cascot occupation coding tool, type in any job you're interested in. I will just put business analyst because I have used it severally in this, video. So let's just put that in. You can see it's saying that the likely code is 2431. Don't go and check table 2. Many people make that mistake of going to table 2. And when you go to table 2, what is written there is GBM. I think is Global Business Mobility, and also SU, that's scale up visa. That is not the visa you're after. You are after skilled worker visa, which is SW. So one important thing you need to notice is that for the new entrant rules, there is this 4-year time limit. They said applicants can be new entrants for a maximum of 4 years, and the 4 years includes time spent in any tier 2 routes, the graduate route or as a skilled worker, whether or not that permission was for a continuous period. So when they decide to reduce the minimum salary threshold for you based on the fact that you are a new entrant, they won't do it for up to 5 years. It's just 4 years. For example, if you apply for a skilled worker visa and you're a student and the minimum salary threshold for those people who are under the new entrants is maybe like 30,960, you can only qualify for that particular visa route for 4 years. They won't give you the 5th year. You have to meet the expectations for that 5th year using any other route. Hopefully, maybe your salary has increased, and when you apply for the visa, you can get approval for that 1 year after that 4 years has elapsed. But you need to understand that if you are on a graduate route and you are towards the end of your graduate route and you switch to a skilled worker visa, you would only qualify for that new entrant discount for 2 years because you have already used up 2 years. So it's remaining only 2 years. So after the 2 years, you would now be classified as someone that is going under the skilled worker visa. There won't be any exemptions or discounts for you as a new entrant. It's worthy for you to note that when you are organizing your documents, once you come in as a new entrant and you're on a particular pathway, work very hard to see if you can get some promotion, if possible, move to another job or whatever you think that is safe for you, that will make you grow and your salary will increase, so that you'll be eligible for the indefinite leave to remain. I know why I'm sharing this, because when your new entrant rule elapses, it might not be the same discount that is required for you to apply for indefinite leave to remain. Anybody that has experienced this before, please write it in the comments, and also correct me if I'm wrong. For indefinite leave to remain, you need to meet a new rule. That is the standard rule that is accessible to others, not the new entrant rule. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel we should learn from people's experiences here. That's how I learned to. Just correct me if I'm wrong. What do you think is the minimum salary threshold or the salary expectation that you have to meet? If you go to the indefinite leave to remain tier 2 websites by the government, what I can see there is the ongoing rate. There is no discount for you. So that's why you need to work very hard to meet or increase your salary along the way, so that you can meet the salary expectations when you are about to apply for an indefinite leave to remain. I hope this helps. Share your thoughts in the comments. We are all here to learn, be nice to each other, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.